G'day everyone, it's Jacko. How's it going? Welcome back to Daily Endeavours for Saturday the 25th of October. So as always, Timecodes will be in the description. I'll also have the golden vendor at the end of the video. Got some interesting stuff to talk about there. Still nothing that I would recommend you get, but yeah, I'll still go through all that stuff. So this set, it's not great, I'll be honest. It depends on a single question though. Do you have Greymoor? If you do, it's probably going to be straightforward. If you don't, I would advise... It depends on if you can do this one here. If you can't, I would personally skip this set, but I'll still cover alliance points the quickest way, so I'll get it at the end. Alright, so yeah, Antiquities, Sweet Furnishings, Public Dungeon Group event, especially since with the Witches event, this is one of the best ways to actually get some tickets very quickly, and I'll show you how. So I'll start with Sweet Furnishings. This one here, now I'm going to talk about it first, but I suggest you do it at the end, after doing these ones here, because you can travel to your house from anywhere, and when you're in these kinds of places, it might be far away from a way shrine, so it's a good way to just get straight to your house after doing that stuff. Can be quite convenient for you. So yeah, you just need a house, and you need a house and a sweet furnishing. Now both are very easy to get. I'm going to put in the description a video explaining home tours, which can help for finding your sweet furnishing, and a quick guide on just getting a bit of gold, which will help for actually buying your sweet furnishing. So I suggest, if you want to know how home tours works, and if you want to just get a bit of gold if you don't have any, you can go through those. Though that being said, if you don't have a house yet, you can also get some gold that way, and I'll show you how. So, starting off, we need ourselves a house. You can get one for free. If you come to this place here, Myra's Kiss Public House, this is in Vocal Guard. This is just a way shrine here in Addons at the south side that you start with by default. So everybody's got easy access to this. You want to go to this character here. She's got a quest. All you have to do to complete this is just talk to her, and then after a while you'll get a bit of gold, and a house will pop up here if you don't have all three of them. The house you get depends on your alliance. The houses are, if you go to the map tab into houses here, you'll get Rosy Line, Ebony Flask, In Room, or Myra's Kiss, one of these three here. If you do this on all three, a character from each of the alliances, you'll get all three. I advise you do this because all three of these houses, getting these for free, they can all have pretty valuable uses in the long term, as far as this game goes. So, as far as getting yourself a sweet furnishing goes, what I suggest you do is you come to either Melody here, or you can find these furnishings in the Imperial City safe zones. So if you go to the Alliance tab, I don't have it on this character because she's below level 10, but yeah, you just queue for Imperial City, and in the very first room that you get into Imperial City, you'll be able to find someone with the same title, Home Good Furnisher. You just go to them, talk to them, go into the inventory, go down, and you'll see these three things here, rough hay beds. They're not the most pretty looking beds, but these are sweet furnishings. They cost 100 gold, and this is exactly what you need to complete this endeavor. Just go ahead and buy one of these. Now we travel to our house, so you go to the houses tab over here, you click on one of these, whichever ones you get, then you left click, travel, and then inside, confirm. Say one more thing. If you need easy access to Mistral, you'll probably come here a few times if you do endeavors in the long term, because there's a couple of housing items for each of the different variations. Like there's one of the clothing items, you get that for, I think it's Parlor or Courtyard, I can't remember. But yeah, something like that. And then if you want easy access here, because sometimes this way shrine won't be unlocked, you just use Moonmirth House with home tours to just get here. You go here, go out the door, and then you'll rock up, and then just walk up here, get this way shrine. Mistral's available to you whenever you need it. So, when you get into your house, you'll see at the bottom right it says Housing Editor, just hit that key. At the bottom middle, you'll see it says Browse, just hit that. And now we go down to Suite. I have 2 beds. I think I already had one. Okay, never mind. So, all you do now is just find a spot for your bed. The only reason you can't place it here is because it's too close to your front, to the door. Just move it a little bit away, and you can actually place it anywhere you want. It doesn't matter. It can be up here if you want. And yeah, that's all you need to do there. So I'll just put this one away. And when you place it on the floor, you can pick it up and put it back down, and nothing will happen. The reason for that is if it's like it has to come from your inventory and then be placed down for it to work for the endeavor. So what you can do instead is when you place it on the floor, you hit the undo key, and what that'll do is it'll put it away and put it back in your inventory. And if you just press redo instead, then it will do the same thing. So if I go redo, it'll put it away, undo, it'll put it back, put it away, put it back. And so that way, you can just do it basically as fast as you would just left-clicking, spamming. So now, anytime this endeavor comes back up, you just come here, you grab the hay bed for the sweet finishing, you put it away, undo, redo, undo. And that's all there is to this one. Very easy. And yeah, you don't have to spend that 100 gold again. Once you've got this item, you can just keep it here, and yeah, just use it. Alright, on the other hand, we've got Durables Master Writs, which you need to be level 50 in the craft that you have the Master Writ of in order to do these. They are fast, but they are usually expensive. That being said, converting gold into Writ vouchers is probably something you want to do in the late game. In order to get access to a couple of things. Because Writ vouchers is the main way to get things like the storage crates for your house, which allow you to basically have a second bank in your house. Really, really helpful. And it also is a way to get the crafting stations. You can buy those with gold now, but yeah, there are some other things you can buy with Writ vouchers that are pretty good. But at least the storage chest is like fucking amazing. Okay, so there's 4 crafts that you can do this with. The durables ones, you have jewelry, blacksmithing, woodworking, and clothing. Now, in my personal opinion, jewelry crafting is your best bet, even though it is a little bit more expensive. The way it works is Writ voucher of Master Writs. They will ask you to craft a max level item in either purple or gold quality with a certain trait and a certain set. But the difference is with jewelry over here, everything else requires you to have a style and a style material as well. So they require even more. So for example, you could craft a twice worn star necklace in Triune, or you could craft a twice worn star precise Inferno staff that also it needs to be in the Trinimax style with the Trinimax style material. It's just like, basically it's just extra steps. They are generally going to be cheaper because the upgrade materials for jewelry is more expensive. But it's like kind of a little more of a needle in a haystack because you have to have that style and that style material. And that's like something that you just... There's so many fucking styles in this game. There's not that many traits and that many like steps that you can make. So I think jewelry crafting is the best. But obviously you need Somerset and you need to have the materials for it, which... again, can be very expensive. So if you want to find Master Writs in this game, you go to Consumables in Guild Traders, and you go to Master Writ here, and you can just search for whichever ones, or you can type clothes if you're looking for clothier. Now, gold clothier writs are probably my recommendation the least, because Dragwax is like the most expensive gold material in the game. As far as like crafting stuff goes, it's more expensive than that. But yeah, clothier gold writs are bad. Purple ones are actually pretty good, I think, as long as you can again craft the style and the thing. And yeah, you can just go Jew. So all the jewelry crafting ones there. Yeah, same thing. You just type blah for blacksmithing, so on and so forth. Now, as you see here, unless you've got one already from doing writs, that's the way you get them. When you do writs, like just the regular writs from the writ boards over here, you have a chance to get one each time you complete a crafting writ. I believe it's based on how many traits you have, and also I believe how many styles you've unlocked on that character. I don't know how effective each of those is, but yeah, supposedly that's what ZeniMax have said when Master Writs came out. Now, when you get them from your crafting writs, they'll come up as these purple container items. They'll be unknown writs. So yeah, you just click on one. The reason I've got so many jewelry crafter ones is there was a bug a little while ago where some writs would give you way more, like it would only give you crafted master writs instead of surveys. Like the surveys would actually drop the crafter writs instead. That's what's going on there. But yeah, you can just buy them as well just like this, and they're probably cheaper than the direct ones here. Sometimes, not always. But yeah, you can check that if you want. So yeah, just keep a lookout for those. Again, they, I think they show up in container here as well. Writ. No, apparently not. It must be miscellaneous. Okay, why would you put containers in miscellaneous, not container, whatever. Okay, so the only issue with these ones is it's basically just going to be a lottery. You just don't know what you're going to get. So yeah, or scratchy or whatever the fuck. Most people who have already done Master Writs before know about this, but you want to get a guild hall that you can craft all the sets in, because normally you have to go out into each of the zones and find the sets. You might not even have the DLC. So what you can do instead is you can just use your Writ, and then you can travel to a guild hall. So I've got one here that I've just got. This is the one I usually head to on EU. So I'll link these in the description. I'll have a NA one and an EU one. The only thing the EU one doesn't have is the Tideborn Wildstalker. They don't have those sets. Everything else is fine. Yeah, the odds of you actually getting Wildstalker is very low. If you do, maybe just, I don't know. I'll see if there is a guild hall out there that actually does have Wildstalker. I'll put that in the description too if there is one. Yeah, you just come in. Go to one of the master crafting stations. In this case, it's the jury one. And if you've got an add-on called Dogobon's Lazy Writ Creator, where is it? This one here, sorry. This will automatically do it for you, or you can also use something called Writworthy. And with Writworthy, if you type /Writworthy in your chat bar, it'll give you a list of all the ones that you're currently doing. And I can just tick this one here, and what it'll do is it'll just automatically craft it for me. So the reason it's not doing that right now is because I don't have the platinum for it. I'll just do that, and now it'll craft it. And then it'll automatically upgrade it for me as well. So yeah, this can really help with doing Master Writs in this game. It's so fucking handy. And then the Writ Giver, or the Quest Giver, or the Quest Hand-In, is in Deshaan. You can find them in another couple of other places, but Deshaan has a house that you can buy for like 10 grand. I think it's like 13 or 15 or something. And that you can basically use as a free way shrine to Deshaan from your guild halls. We travel here, and then it's literally just 10 seconds down south to the Writ Giver. Come down here, hand this in, and that's it. You'll get a couple of other things. You'll get class script scrap as well, which is good. And yeah, you'll be able to use those vouchers once you collect enough of them to get the storage crates. I'll show you what they are. So these here are the storage chests you want to get. So each of these, so this one holds 30 slots, and these ones here hold 60 slots, but they're twice as expensive. So you can get one of each. So you can get a total of 8 in your house, because you get 1 for free from leveling up, and then you get the other 7 from this method here. You can also get things like the transmute station to change your traits and shit. You get like each of the basic crafting stations. You get all sorts of other good stuff. Most of this stuff is like not bound, but storage things are. They're actually, you can't buy these yourself. So yeah, this is what I mean. These are the things you want to make sure you use. You hold your Writ vouchers for. Now you can do this in the other zones. Grotwood, he's right here, and there's a house right here that's really close. But Snogpod's a lot more expensive than Flaming Nyx Deluxe Garay. And same with Stormhaven. You've literally got a house right next to him here, but Gardener House is like hundreds of thousands of gold. So if you're just trying to play a bit cheaper, yeah, you just go to Deshaan, because this one here, it is a little bit further away, but it's still really, it's the cheapest house by far. But yeah, it's up to you which one you want to use. Or I guess which house you've already got. Okay, now let's talk about group events. There is only one group event I suggest you bother with, and that is in Lost City of the Nuntambu in Alaka Desert. So I'll show you how to get here if you haven't been here before after, but I just want to show you how this works. So group events in this game, every public dungeon has one, and they are all, they give you a skill point for completing them, so they are very much worth doing. But the reason I suggest the Alaka Desert one is because unlike every other one, which takes usually 5 minutes to respawn after you've done it, there's weird oddities with them. Sometimes they can respawn earlier if a player that hasn't done it before goes in. I can't get that to replicate every time, so I wouldn't really recommend trying that. But the difference between this one, excuse me, is that this one here, the group event right here, so you're just heading to the west side, this one here respawns in 30 seconds. It's way better. You'll probably see a bunch of people doing it here. Nope, never mind. Okay, so these will light up. These are what you're looking for. So the puzzle is as follows. Step on the 2 scarab plates first. You can do this on your own. Go to the spider ones next. And then the scorpion ones. You'll know they work when the lights go away. And then the group event will spawn. So it'll have 3 bosses here. They all have about 100,000 health, so they're very easy to kill. If you see someone coming, just wait a sec. Let them get a bit of participation. You don't have to kill them yourself for this to work. You just, as long as you dealt a bit of damage and they die, it works. And that's all there is to it. You'll also get your event tickets from this as well, so it's really, really good for you. Yeah, there's good reasons to be doing this one today, regardless of if you have access to the other ones or not. Okay, so if you've never been here before, again, home tours, your best friend. There is this house here. It's called Swordslinger's Redoubt. Now, we got this in a monthly reward a couple of months ago. It's been a while now, I think. But regardless, you can go to home tours and travel there, or use your own. It's up to you. If you've got your own, travel outside, and it'll take you to Alaka Desert right here. If not, just leave through the front door of one of the home tour ones. It'll bring you out into Alaka Desert here. You just travel south, get this way shrine, travel down here, get this way shrine, and then you've got easy access to Nata TMV whenever it comes up. And as you can see, the group event is already back, ready to go again. What the fuck? Alright, Antiquities. You need to have Greymoor in order to do this. Even if you unlock the skill line later through like an ESO Plus free trial, I'm pretty sure you need the actual DLC in order to even do Antiquities to begin with. So yeah, unfortunately, no way around that. So this one here, in order to start it off, you need to come to the Antiquarian Circle in Western Skyrim. This is in Solitude. So either just use the way shrine that you start with outside, just enter the city, doesn't take very long, or you can use home tours with Proud Spire Manor, the old Skyrim classic, and make your way here. So, just enter inside. There'll be an NPC here you can talk to. Her name is Verita Numida. In order to start the quest line, to start Antiquities, you just accept the quest here. You'll turn around, interact with this thing here, and then you turn around again, hand in a quest, and that will start your journey. She has a second quest, which is the one you can see there, which she explains how the Antiquities scrying and excavation system works. I would advise you do that to learn all the basics, because it is a little bit intricate and a bit confusing to start with, maybe. But yeah, I'll just go through the very basics of like what I think are most important to know. So firstly, pick a zone that is very small. Something like Balfoyan, Bleakrock Isle, Betnik, Stros Mackay. The Artaeum zone is also great because it's just this area here that you use for it, and it's very tiny. But yeah, usually my stomping grounds is Bleakrock. Here, you just open your journal where you'd normally find your quests. You'll find the Antiquities Codex, and from level 1, as soon as you start Antiquities, you'll only be able to do green. Even if you level up, though, I would still suggest doing these because they're the easiest and they're the quickest. So, just double click on this, it'll bring up this menu here, and this is the scrying section. This is the more annoying bit. Once you do this, the other part's easier. And as soon as you level up a bit, this will become much easier as well. So, all you do is you start from here and you link up these things here. If you find like ones that are identical, it'll like create this it'll basically turn these ones into this, and you got to link this line up with these swirly ones here. Each of these swirly icons sort of indicates a fake dig site, which I'll explain. You'll see what the dig sites are in a bit. But if you want the easy or the best time, or the quickest time, you want to clear all of these dig sites and only have the one real dig site, so you're not wasting time later. But it's way easier said than done, because you've got to go through this entire thing, and you've only got a certain amount of attempts here. So I go this one, I go that one, that one, that one, that one. Okay, I got pretty lucky that time. So I got all 6. Now, if you miss one, and you run out of charges, what will happen is one of these will be still a question mark, and you'll get, so you've got the real dig site here, and then you have another fake dig site somewhere else. So that's why I suggest you you make sure you get all of them. Now, the good thing about this is if you miss one, you can just double click on this again and do the scry a second time. And even if you fail it, it's fine. You can just do it an infinite amount of times. Just my advice, get all ticks so that the only place you have to go to is the real dig site, so you're not wasting as much time. Because, yeah, the stuff that you do there will change every time, so you might get a way better one. Sometimes they're really easy. Sometimes they can just, like, you only get, like, 2 in a row any time, and it's just rough trying to get it without missing one. Yeah, as I said, trust me, it gets way easier later. Okay, so now, when you enter the dig site, there's something else you want to make sure you do. Go to your inventory, go to quick slots, go to tools, put the Antiquarian's Eye in one of your quick slot spots, select it like a potion, and then activate it like a potion. What it'll do is it'll point you in the direction of where to find the dig site. As you can see, it's right here. It has this little glow around it. You can also get a passive later in the excavation skill line. They can both be found in world. It's called Keen Eye Dig Sites. So when I unlock this, what it'll do is it'll add like an extra effect, so you can see it from like it's very easy to spot. But honestly, you don't really need that. You can see the glow like this easier, unless you got like issues with your eyesight. Maybe it might be a good idea to get that. Now all you do is excavate, and this is the easy bit. So we go into this here, the auger, you'll start with that. And this is just the hot and cold process of elimination minigame. So we click on this, and based on the color, so red is like where it's the item is furthest away, where you'll have to dig. And then green is when you're right on top of it. Yellow is it's within this small area here. So we know it's somewhere in this area here. Yeah, so this area here. It can't be in here, because it can't be in this area here because of this one, and it can't be up here either because of this one. So it's basically somewhere in here. So if I go up here, it's still somewhere in this region here. So it's still somewhere within like this section here, maybe. So yeah, there it is. So green indicates you're right on top of it. So if I do that, that's where the item is right there. So it's always, the green quality ones are always 2 wide by 3 down. So if we go to our handbrush here, you'll get other things to use later, but all you need is the handbrush for these ones. It's really easy. Just spam click, dig, and then you'll see the item here. And when you open it up, it'll shine like that. That indicates you've done it. So whatever you do now doesn't matter. So you can just dig everything else out, and yeah, it doesn't matter at all. You'll see the timer up here. This is how many digs you have, basically. Now, it gets much harder the later digs. Now, eventually you might get one item there extra. All you get extra is just like a bit of gold or like an ornate or an intricate item. It's not super important there. The only thing that matters here is this thing. So now you can either exit or you can continue, and it explains the item that you just got. There's some like lore-based stuff that you can listen to. But if you've seen it all already, then yeah, it won't let you do that. So, but as soon as you see basically this screen start coming up, you can just exit straight away and just skip that stuff. So now all you have to do is just repeat that process. You can just double click on it again and just do it again, and you just repeat the process. That'll be the endeavor done. Now, once you level up a little bit, you'll unlock a few of these skills for scrying that will help you a lot. Scryer's Patience, amazing. Just gives you an extra chance to get it before you run out of charges. Really helpful. Coalescence is the other one. These two here is honestly all you're going to need for the green ones to make them super easy. What Coalescence does instead is when you scry, you would have seen it up here, this thing. So if I click on this, whatever's in the middle of this, like ice flake or whatever, it will convert all the ones adjacent to it into the same type. So if I use it on, yeah, maybe this one actually. So it converts all of them into the same one. So now if I start here and do this, it'll immediately unlock all those. So you can basically cut up a heap of this stuff by just using this once. Every time you unlock 2 of these, it gives you enough charge to use Coalescence again. That's why it's really good, because you can just keep spamming it and trivialize the unlocking of these quality things. There we go again, and look at that, just basically like 4 goes and that was it. It's way quicker using that once you unlock it. That unlocks at level 3, I believe, in scrying. So yeah, once you get to level 3 or 2, something like that, you'll unlock these, and it gets so much easier to complete it. Alright, 15,000 alliance points. This is, without a doubt, the worst option of the 5. Alright, so I think the slowest but surest method for doing this one is through Battlegrounds. Every time you complete a Battlegrounds, if you win, you get 12,000 alliance points. If you lose, you get 7,000. So a win and another game is all you need. So a win will get this done quicker. Because yeah, if you get a win in a second place, it's 19,000, so that's over 15. And then if you get 2 losses, it's 14,000. So you'll probably have to do a third game. But win or lose at that point, it doesn't matter. Once you've done 3, that's it. The other method, the only problem with that is join queue can take ages, and the battleground itself takes 15 minutes. Whereas all of these other options here, you could probably do all 3 of them in the time it takes just to do a single battleground. And yeah, it's only maybe halfway if you're lucky. You can also take keeps. Easier said than done though, especially if you're on your own, because all it takes is for a player to rock up, see what you're doing, and kill you, and you have to go back and retry. And yeah, so it's very easy to fail this one as opposed to the others, where it's kind of hard. So yeah, what I would do is maybe wait until a time where Cyrodiil is busy. Right now, there's basically nothing going on. So yeah, it's just not going to be much action. If you manage to get on and one team is just like taking the map, maybe follow them around, see if you can help them. Because yeah, keep captures is probably one of the best in the game. I think it's like 8 or 10,000 as well. Also, if you are, here's the thing. I assume most people who are good at PvP are not going to be watching this video. They'll just be doing this themselves. But if you're not familiar, there is a effect on campaigns. There's underdog and like low pop bonus, and they double the amount of AP you gain for doing stuff in Cyrodiil. So if you manage to get one of those campaigns and you take a keep, it's probably going to insta-do it for you, because I believe 8,000 is the lowest. The other method, so killing people is another method in-game, obviously. 2,000 alliance points per kill. As I said though, easier said than done. People who can kill players constantly, they're not going to be watching this video. The people who are, you probably can't do that reliably. So you need a proper PvP build for that, I think, unless you follow a group around and manage to just like do shit tons of damage and they heal you. Maybe that can work, but then how are they going to get their alliance points? Who knows? You can also capture resources. They're much easier to take than keeps. You get 2,000 for these though, so you'd need to take 8 resources. That's a lot of work as well. And for all you know, there's players who are running around. They'll probably stop you once they see, because as soon as you take a resource or 2, they'll start picking up that you're doing that and usually come after you. But that is another option. And if you're doing it with a group, everybody gets the 2,000 or the 8,000. So keeps and resources are good if you've got a group that you can do this with. The last option, I did say Battlegrounds are the slowest, but maybe this is actually the slowest. But this is also maybe the surest, I'm not too sure. But there is another option. It is incredibly slow and quite expensive. But what you can also do is buy repair kits and find keep walls to repair, because this actually gives you alliance points. So if you find post stone walls and walls outside to repair, you get basically less than 100 alliance points per go. So if you do this enough, you can do the alliance points option, but I wouldn't use this one, because yeah, it's going to take you ages. If you are going to do this one, maybe set the campaign that you're in to home, so that way you'll level up the end of campaign reward tier, and you'll get to 1. As long as you get to 1, I think it's 25,000 alliance points it requires. But when you get to 1, when the campaign ends, you'll get a reward. And that reward contains transmute stones, which are very fucking helpful. Because that lets you recraft or reconstruct items of sets you've already got. So you can like get like a, for example, I've got like a Baron Thirsk arm corpse. I could reconstruct that into a different trait if I wanted for something else. Yeah, you get the point there. Or you can change the traits directly of an item that you've already got. That's what transmute stones are for. They're really fucking valuable, and most of the time you're going to get these from PvP related instances. I think PvP is by far the easiest way to get a bunch of those. Other than that, yeah, look, I think this one is without a doubt going to be the least reliable, and it will be a pain in the ass to get every time. You can also take outposts. They're easier to take than keeps. They give you less. I think they give you 6,000 alliance points, so you need to take 3 of those as well. But you can take a keep and a outpost, maybe. Also, if your faction owns the triangle keeps here, these 3, they also give you a capture bonus. So if you have these and you start capturing some of the outer ones, you'll get more. So you'll get more than like 8,000 or 10,000. So maybe at that point, an outpost and a keep is all you need. But yeah, it's rough. And if you need to take a keep, you're going to want to bring some siege with you, unless you want to be regarded as like, what's the word for it? Like sort of, oh god, it's like when you're just gabbing other people for like their work essentially. Because yeah, if you pulling your weight basically is how to describe it. Normal ballistas, battering rams. Stone trebuchets. These are the things that will smash down keep walls and doors and stuff the quickest. Just be aware of enemies using flaming oil, because that is rough. You can also get... yeah, I should probably have explained that too. If you successfully defend a keep, you get a defensive tick. And the defensive tick, you get more based on how many players of the enemy were there, how many were there for you, how long it takes, how many people die, all that sort of thing is going to impact how many alliance points you get there. So that is another thing. So you could also just chill at one of your keep, and if you see it under attack, then maybe like let people know. I'd probably start telling people that these resources are under attack, and if there's anybody in the campaign, they might come and help you protect it. But I would maybe just prioritize these keeps here, because these are the Emperor keeps, and especially these keeps here, especially now that they've got Elder Scrolls on them. Because yeah, you can actually get shit tons of AP as well for defending a keep, but it needs to be quite a few players for them usually to be big amounts. But I went to a keep once, and there was one dude with a battering ram and 2 ballistas on the front door, and I killed him with oil, and I got like couple of 1,000 alliance points just for that defense. So you can get a fair bit, but yeah, I have no doubts in my mind that that this will be the slowest one. So just be prepared for this to take fucking ages sometimes. All right, now let's have a chat about the Golden Vendor. So, Balorg and Black Gem shoulders. Now, as I said before, I don't recommend buying shoulders from the Golden Vendor at any point, because you can just do regular pledges for a bunch of keys, get the specific coffers related to these from Chief Bane, the DLC pledges giver, and just get them that way. It's because that's a lot of gold for these, but if you want to spend that, that's fine, because yeah, you're going to need quite a few keys to get those usually, especially the curated ones. Now, Balorg, probably one of the best PvP monster sets in the game, because it's great for burst. You use your ultimate, you get a bunch of weapon damage and a bunch of armor pen, both things that you'll be able to use effectively in PvP at that point, because usually people have shit tons of armor, and spell and weapon damage also increases your healing done. So you'll also be arguably more difficult to kill once you use this. So yeah, really, really good PvP set. Probably like the industry standard, I think, is the best way to explain it, because it's easy to use. Dungeon is a little old, but still quite advanced these days. So yeah, if the helm was here, I definitely recommend it. But because regular pledges can give you the shoulders, yeah, as I said, I wouldn't bother. Black Gem Monstrosity. This is potentially one of the hardest, or one of the best damage over time. Damage per second monster sets in the game, like on its own. The problem is, in order for it to be effective, you need to be consistently casting soul magic abilities. There are not many of these. If you go to soul magic, you've got Wield Soul, Soul Burst, you've got Soul Trap, and then you've got an ultimate. An AoE, costs a lot of magicka. This one here, it's arguably the least powerful spamble in the game. But what this does is it just sort of brings it up to the level of some of the other ones, as far as I've seen. Because nearly 20,000 magic damage every 6 seconds, that is fucking ridiculous for a monster set in this game. When you compare it to other things, like, for example, Selene. How much does Selene do? 5,000 every 6 seconds. Like, that is crazy. But yeah, it's just the fact that it requires you to constantly maintain soul magic abilities is just the reason it has to be so high. So this is really strong if you use Wield Soul as a spammable. Forgettable if it's not. Black Gem Monstrosity is the one from one of the newest dungeons from the season pass. And yeah, it's very advanced, very new. But yeah, it just depends. Do you use Wield Soul? Maybe look at this. But again, it's a shoulder, so just use it with keys. I think it's better. Alright, so now the jewelry. Crafty Elfique. Yo dog, I heard you like magicka, so we put more magicka on your magicka. That's basically all the set is. You get it from Northern Elsewhere. Usually you just do the dragons there if you want it. But yeah, you can just also buy this from guild stores. And this is one of the sets where the quality does impact how much magicka you get. So looking at this for that, if you don't have jewelry crafting, if you can't upgrade your own jewelry, this might be an interesting option. It used to be, as far as I'm aware, very strong for magicka builds in PvP. Not very much the case with PvE. I don't know though, because shield stacking sorcerers used to use this. I don't know if they use it as much anymore though. As I said, I'm not the best when it comes to PvP knowledge. So yeah, but I know sorcerers have stacked this shit in the past and other magic builds. So yeah, this is pretty good. But yeah, if I were you, I'd just buy them directly from guild stores and upgrade them with gold plates if you can. Not buy them here. Frozen Watcher. This is a cool set, but it's just not very good because you're spending 5 pieces just to get try and do a bit of damage around you. So either you're running a heavy armor set, and so damage is not going to be great, or you're running stamina and health, which aren't great, 2 to 4 pieces for damage. But if you just want a chill pug set, that's like kind of cool. This is pretty good for tanks. That being said, it's from a pretty advanced DLC dungeon, so yeah, doing all that work, just that's not great. But yeah, the issue with it is chilled status effect. You can just cast an ability that gives you that. So yeah, it's not really going to be worth sacrificing a whole 5 piece just for applying chilled. But the rest of it is interesting. The 6 meters is okay. That's like Whirlwind's regular range. So it's not bad. Considering that you just block and it just happens automatically when you're doing that. It's not too bad. But yeah, it's not amazing. It does seem really fun though. It seems like it would have a cool theme with ice builds, especially like Frost Wardens. Mighty Glacier. This one, interesting theory, but not great, because all you need is a warden, right? Oh, god damn it, I can't show you. But wardens, they have an ability, if I just look it up. So the very first skill that you get for wardens for the Winter's Embrace skill line is Frost Cloak. Funnily enough, Frost Cloak does basically the same thing this does, but all you gotta do is cast the skill, and it doesn't require an entire 5-piece for it to work. That's the problem. It's not worth it sacrificing an entire 5-piece when you can just get it from a skill. The only time I would really consider this to be worth it is if you don't have a warden, or with subclassing nowadays, anyone with Winter's Embrace in your skill lines, or just the skills themselves. Maybe look at this if you want after that, but you also have to consider the fact that every class has their own source of major resolve, and some of them get it like from skills that they just basically want to use. Like Nightblades get it naturally from using shadow abilities, which is kind of what most of them are going to do. So yeah. So I wouldn't really bother with this one, just because major resolve is a thing you can just get really easily from other sources. But it's a cool set, kind of, regardless. Just like Frozen Watcher, it seems cool, but just not very good for outside of just like niche uses. So Frozen Watcher is definitely better than this one, I think. These are both DLC dungeons. This one, I think, is this Frostvault? Oh no, Depths of Malatar, sorry. The other one must be from Frostvault. Yeah, so they're both pretty advanced dungeons that will take some doing. You can do them pretty chill on normal these days, but yeah, not the easiest thing to do. And if you're just going to get the jury, you're still going to need to do the dungeon for the weapons, and in that case, it's not really worth it just buying these for that when you can just do the dungeons themselves and get some jury that way. Okay, last one, Central Defender. Every time you basically do a non-heavy attack, like Spamble skill or light attack, you'll stack up a bunch of stacks. When you get all the stacks, you heavy attack and you restore a bunch of stamina and magicka. Now, you naturally restore that anyway from heavy attacks. It's a lot, because it's like 7,500 of each. That basically, a single heavy attack with that is just going to get you straight to max resources. So it's pretty good for that, but I just feel like sacrificing a whole 5-piece for that when you can just heavy attack a little more to get your resources back. I don't know. Maybe there's like certain circumstances where this makes really good use in PvP against certain builds. I saw someone talking about that, but yeah, I just can't see, like, considering how good things like Wretched Vitality and like things like Rallying Cry are for PvP builds, I just can't see that getting much use. And there's like usually in PvE, you either you really don't want to sacrifice support stats, or your group usually gives you sustain anyway, especially as damage dealers. So yeah, you're not really going to use this set in PvE anyway, because yeah, healers and tanks are running so many like support sets, and there's still, I think, better selfish sets if you're going to use those, because I quite like selfish sets, especially in like just normal shit. But yeah, I just go those instead. I think this one's sort of like, it's just like these ones here. It's cool, but you don't really need it when you can just heavy attack and get most of your resources back anyway. But it does restore a shit ton of resources if you can use it correctly. But you do, mind you do need to be constantly dealing damage, which unless you're like, you could do this with light attacks in between, and that would cost you no resources. But if you want to get this as quick as possible, you do need to use resources anyway. So you are almost getting a no net positive effort out of this, because yeah, you're using resources to make resources. Kind of goes against the idea of that, I guess. But I don't know. It sounds okay, but I just don't see how this would be very useful outside of that. Outside of like very specific cases of PvP. Maybe. As I said though, I'm not a PvP master, so don't quote me on that. If you have any, like, if you know anyone who uses this, let me know. I'd love to know. Okay, that's everything for today's set. I know this is a long video, but yeah, it's a little bit more I wanted to talk about, especially with the Master Writs. I don't normally talk about those much. Same with Alliance points. Okay, any questions? Give me a holler as always. Wow, fucking hour long video. Holy shit. Okay, thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for your support as always. Any questions, as always, just let me know. Take care for now. Have a good weekend.